Hey, what's going on everyone? Just wanted to share some mods I've done on my 10th gen Honda Accord, including a lower spoiler, new front grille, some paddle shifter extensions, a rear spoiler, and a LED sill kit for each of the four doors. I just bought the car before COVID-19 started, thinking this would be a good time to do some modifications, but because of shipping delays, I found out that I'm going to have to wait a few months to actually get this stuff in. After removing the front bumper, I couldn't decide if it looks better with or without it. I think I might put it back on. I set the front bumper up against the wall just so I could see how the spoiler would fit on. There's quite a few videos already on how to remove the front bumper, so I didn't bother going over that. With the lower spoiler, there's some different options. Everything was purchased on AliExpress. This particular one is a 3-piece spoiler. The quality of it seems pretty good. Nothing to complain about. In the kit, they give you screws to attach it to your bumper. Not a big fan of the screws, since over time they could loosen and not hold very well. You also get some silver screws that attach the 3 pieces together. I decided to use nuts and bolts. That way I know it will stay tight and I won't have to worry about any pieces breaking off. These are the screws that hold the pieces together. You also get some double-sided tape in the kit. That will help support the outside pieces to the bumper. By using this and bolting it, I can make sure it won't loosen off over time and it'll stay secure. As far as the assembly goes, there's 2 screws that are used to secure the 2 end pieces to the center piece, and they just overlap like so. Because there's only 2 screws holding these 2 together, I was concerned that over time it could stress the plastic and it may not hold up too long. Living in Canada, I'm going to need all the help I can get with the amount of snow we have. I'm still concerned that the snow may cause this to break, but what I'm thinking is putting some silicone between the 2 halves, just along the overlapping edge. This way it gives it some more strength other than the 2 screws alone. As far as the type of silicone, I'm just using some clear Mono Max. I've used this stuff in the past. It holds up really well. It doesn't degrade very easily. So all I'm doing here is just putting a little bit on the edge that the 2 pieces overlap. And just line up the 2 pieces. And then I just flipped it over so I could put the 2 screws in. It's also important not to over tighten the screws since it is just plastic. So I'm using a screwdriver instead of a drill just so I can feel the amount of tension I'm putting on it. Once I've got both screws fairly snug, I just smoothed out the silicone that comes out between the 2 joints, making sure there's a nice seal. And then just repeating the same process for the other piece. Make sure to wipe off the silicone on the top side. As far as installing the spoiler, you just line it up. There's already some how-to videos on YouTube installing the same spoiler. Like I said, there's a few different options depending on what you're going for. I like that this one sticks out a little bit out on the sides. Makes the car look a little bit wider. Here's a picture of what the car looks like lowered back down on the ground. Now at this point I have the front grille installed. There's a couple options for the grille. You can get some plastic covers that go over the OEM grille using two-way adhesive, or like this one, you actually replace the grille, removing the old one. I prefer this method, and I found out there's a carbon fiber look option, which I've normally just seen black, or the OEM one's chrome, but I don't like the design of the OEM. It's basically 3 inches of flat chrome on the front. This one almost has a similar style to the Honda Civic, but you can get it in different colors, and being carbon fiber, I ran with that. So I decided to go with a carbon fiber front grille. I also did a carbon fiber spoiler at the back. That way the color's consistent between the two. And then I also have some carbon fiber paddle shifter extensions. You can install this type of grille without removing the front bumper. There's a video on that I've seen on YouTube. Since I had to take the front bumper off anyways to make sure the lower spoiler lines up properly, it's a lot easier to just do it all at once. The Honda emblem on the front has to be removed from your OEM bumper, and I just use adhesive to put it back on. Personally, I'm really happy with the look of this front grille. This section here is the one that has a different color option. You can get it with black chrome, like they do with an OEM Honda replacement part, or all black. I actually haven't seen any videos with this carbon fiber look grille. As far as the rear spoiler, it's a JDM style spoiler, V-type. Looks like it's got a couple raised sections at the back on either side. It matches the front grille perfectly. These were from 2 different vendors on AliExpress. Spoiler's really clean looking. I'm surprised on the touring they don't give you a spoiler like they do on the sport trim. So our car really needed something. It's clean looking. I think it suits the car really well. Hopefully it holds up over the winters. It's hard to say at this point what the quality is going to be like long term, but I'm definitely happy with it. As for the paddle shifter extensions, like I said, I decided to go with the carbon fiber option as well. Just jump in the car so you can kind of see what they look like. I'm really happy with these. I'm glad I added them on. Again, there's different color options. You can get these in red or the black, which is what I went with. I think they really suit the car. I like that they're easier to use when you're making a turn. I found the OEM ones a little short. If you're turning and trying to shift at the same time, it's a little bit more difficult. These just give you that extra length, and they really look good on the car. The best thing about these ones is they're actually curved on the back, so they fit the profile of the steering wheel. I've seen some metal ones that you can buy online, but the metal ones are flat. And with warmer temperatures, colder temperatures, I don't imagine they'd feel very nice in the wintertime. And vice versa, in the summertime, they probably get hot. These ones stay cool. Even the box they come in was good quality. It's got a velvet insert. I'll try to get a few angles of the paddle shifter extensions, but I highly recommend these ones over the metal ones. The metal ones also have a set screw that holds them on. That'll probably leave a mark if you ever want to remove them. These ones are just two-way tape, 3M grade. They're really solid. Alright, so quick video of the LED door sills. I won't cover the installation, it's pretty straightforward. Just running wires through the side panels up to where the fuse box area is, and it's just a little connector that plugs in. It's more that it just takes time than anything. So when you open the door, that's when they light up. I got these on AliExpress as well. Quality wise, not bad. Could have been a little bit better. The color matches very closely to the OEM plastic. I do like that they light up. I think they look really sharp. I put some silicone as well underneath just to make sure that water doesn't get into the sill itself. And I like the kit has all 4 doors. Thanks for watching.